Hello! Today I'm going to be making a Fire Emblem 7 tier list. And this is going to be based on just how cool a unit they are. It's not going to have much to do with how good a unit they are. And I did this before and I wasn't recording. So I'm kind of salty about that, but I'll start the video. Athos, S tier, definitely. He's near the top of S tier as well. Athos is one of the coolest characters. He's basically like the Fire Emblem Gandalf or Dumbledore, and Gandalf is like the #1 Lord of the Rings character, so no surprise Athos is all the way up there too. I'm really excited for him to become a mythic hero in Fire Emblem Heroes, because they're definitely going to do that with him and give him 4 Blaze. He comes with 3 like amazing tomes right at the beginning, and you can basically just solo the final levels with him. So Athos is one of my favorite Fire Emblem characters. Barter, young Barter, I put old Barter in B tier, I think. I'm gonna put Barter in C tier. I wonder if this list is gonna be any different. Probably not. But I can't remember what my list was before, so Dart, A tier? Yeah, A tier. Dart's one of the... I mean, there's Geitz, but Dart's like the most pirate to me. Plus he has like such an interesting backstory. That's one of the things that Fire Emblem 7 did that a lot of the other Fire Emblem games didn't do, was it seems like most of the characters in the cast had really well written stories, and I think that's where the like best parts of the story come from. I've heard a lot of people say that Fire Emblem 7 doesn't have the best story, like overarching story, but the characters for sure are one of the most like well thought out, and I really appreciate that. I think out of all the Fire Emblem games, it's really tough for me to decide which one is the best, but Fire Emblem 7 might be that, just because of how good the characters are. So this tier list is going to be pretty hard for me. Dorcas, I think A tier. Dorcas is it looks like their shoulders melded together. Dorcas is one of the like meme characters in Fire Emblem games. I don't know exactly why, actually, so I'm not really a part of that. So I was thinking of putting him in S tier for the memes, but I'm not gonna do that. Eliwood, S tier for sure. Eliwood's actually, I think Eliwood's underrated. Urk, S tier as well. He's, I think, probably the coolest mage in all of Fire Emblem games. I love his personality and how he plays off of Sarah. I love that relationship. Farina, B tier. She's really cool. I kind of forgot about her, but I did a tiny bit of research on this game before I did this. I played it multiple times, so I actually forgot Geitz was even in this game. I forgot his name, and I forgot Farina's name, but I knew she was in here. But I forgot how cool she is, and I was looking at Dart's page, and they have like a special ending together. So I really like Farina, and she's like she's kind of like Anna. She's like wants to make money, it seems like, but I don't really know. I need to use Dart and Farina next time I play Fire Emblem 7. Vida, D tier. She's really cool, but she's just not my type of character. So someone's got to be D tier. None of these characters are bad. That's why I have no E or F tier. Like, D is still passing grade. So I probably would do that for any tier list. I'm really like high scoring when it comes to rating something, because the way I rate stuff is a little bit different from normal people. But I'll get into that when it's necessary later. Fiora, I think C tier. She's my least favorite Pegasus Knight. So, really? No. I'll put her B tier. There are worse characters. There are a lot worse characters than her. So, yeah, but she's my least favorite Pegasus Knight, so behind Farina. Canis, I think A tier. I like his monocle and the purple hair. And he's only Dark Mage in this game, so I tend to always use him. Merlinus, bottom of S tier again. Of course. Florina, S tier. Yeah, behind Urk, I'll say. Geitz, D tier. Like I said, I didn't even remember he was in the game. He's just really forgettable for me. Guy, A tier. He's one of my favorite Myrmidons and Swordmasters in all of Fire Emblem. I really liked that his name was just Guy. I found that funny as a kid. Harkin, bottom of B tier, I think. Because I usually don't like pre-promotes, but he's just really cool, and I love the hero class, so that's basically why. Hawkeye, B tier. B tier, C tier? I don't know. Yeah. I'll put him above Harkin, because it's actually just because he has, like, he just fights with no shirt, just runs around with an axe. If he had a shirt on, he'd be C tier. Heath? Right at the... No, he's a bit cooler than that. I don't know. I'll put him bottom of C tier for now. I'll think about it later. This probably won't be too different from the list I made before. I didn't even take a screen cap of it. I was just mad that I didn't get it done. Hector, I like Eliwood more than Hector, and I have really good reason. Hector is like, he's like the coolest Fire Emblem character, right? Like, quote unquote coolest. But Eliwood is like a lot more diligent and like, I guess, like, he's just a better lord than Hector is, and I think he's more admirable than Hector is in a lot of ways, and so I actually like him more. I also love his legendary alt in Fire Emblem Heroes. Having a lot of fun with that, but besides that, he'd still be S tier in the exact same spot. So Dora, she's not she's not the first female cavalier, but she has a blue and white color scheme, which is the same color scheme as the Finland flag, and I'm Finnish. Plus, she's just really pretty, and I think my favorite female cavalier, for sure. So top of A tier. Jafar. top of A tier too. Not quite S for me, but I really like his story with Nino and his redemption arc and stuff like that. He's like, I don't know, like Baruka is an assassin, right? But he's like he's an actual assassin looking character. Like, so to me, he's like the only assassin in Fire Emblem Heroes, actually. Or not Fire Emblem Heroes, of all Fire Emblem. Carol, I'll put him above Hawkeye. Carla right behind him. I really like the long hair Carol. I don't like the Fire Emblem 6 short hair Carol. He's younger in this too. He's one of my favorite sword masters, but he comes so late in the game that I've never even really used him or seen any support conversations with him, so but he gets there just based on being cool. He made me really like the name Carol, actually. Kent, top of C tier. I think none of the Cavaliers in this game are like too much my favorite characters. Lowen's actually my favorite Cavalier. Legault, I think right there is good. Reason being is because I literally only ever use Matthew. I never use Legault. I think Legault looks really cool, and I mean, I use him in some maps when I feel like I want two thieves, but he's not the star of the show, and I like Kent more. Louise, S tier. My fiance's middle name's actually Louise, so that made me like her more. Even still, I already liked her. I like the yellow hair, purple eyes. Purple's like my favorite color, if you can't really tell by how many people get up into S and A tier just because they have purple hair. Lowen, I think top of B tier. I really like Lowen's, like, he's the most unique Cavalier, I think. Along with Oscar, and both of them share the fact that they can't see. Lowen has hair over his eye, and Oscar always keeps his eyes closed. So they're just blind Cavaliers running in, flailing their weapons around and hoping they hit something. Lucius, he's the only monk in this game. I think I like him over... No. I think bottom of B tier. That's different than my other list, but makes sense to me right now. Is he? He might be the first trap character in Fire Emblem. And probably why Libra even ever happened. But yeah, Lucius, I'm really mad that they gave him a staff in Fire Emblem Heroes. He should have been a mage unit. It's really weird. But Lane, she's my favorite lord. I'll put her over Athos. Marcus, I'll put right behind Kent. I'll put him. Yeah, I'll put him C tier, top of C tier. I put his old version at A tier because he had more years of service, basically, and it's badass that he was fighting at such an old age. So, but yeah, young Marcus not nearly as good as old Marcus. It's really hard to make videos once you've already made them and then failed at uploading them, failed at recording them. Because you're thinking about, like, what did I say last time? And it messes with my brain. But Matthew, for sure, top of S tier. He's my favorite thief in all of Fire Emblem. And I even made, like, it's basically a copy of Matthew in Paint. And, like, use that as my avatar on, it must have been Serene's forums. And, I forget what the name of the character was, but that was when I was like a young teenager. And yeah, Matthew is still my favorite thief, if not my favorite Fire Emblem character. I think that's a bit of a stretch now, but it might be true. Nils, I'll put bottom of C tier. I'm not really a fan of dancers in general, but Nils just isn't that interesting to me. I also don't really like Ninian, but she doesn't deserve to be all the way down here, because at least she's cute, and you know, so I would probably put her there. Nino is one of my favorite characters in... I know I said Urk is the best mage, but I meant male mage. Nino is one of my favorite characters in this game and in Fire Emblem in general. I really love her story, and one of my favorite memories of playing through Fire Emblem 7 was training up Nino with use of the mind glitch. And I trained her up just in time for Nurgle. She got S rank and was able to equip Excalibur, which I gave onto her before the battle began. And I don't know how many turns I took, but I beat all of her family, all the morphs of her family with her, just to grind her anima level up to S so that I could fight Nurgle with it. And I went and fought Nurgle, and he had like 40 HP, and I got the dialogue text for Nino specifically fighting him. I didn't know that existed, so it blew my mind. And then she got a crit on Nurgle and killed him. And it was one of the coolest moments in Fire Emblem for me. It's my #1 memory of Fire Emblem. So yeah, I really like Nino. Not as much as Matthew, though. I've killed Nurgle with Matthew as well, with Silencer. Oswin, he's B tier for sure. I really like him. I like Hector, and I like Oswin and Matthew more than you would think I would like Hector. Like, most people would probably put Hector all the way up here, but and like most people would put Oswin probably around down here in C tier, but I'll put him at the top of B tier because I like his character. Pent right behind Louise, my favorite Fire Emblem couple. Priscilla, A tier somewhere. I'm like kind of thinking maybe I might like her more than this. Yeah, I do. She's cute. I like her design, and she's kind of like this game's Nana, I guess. Wrath, S tier. Bottom of S tier. He's a really cool nomad. I like Sin more than him, but he's still really cool. Raven, D tier. He's an a-hole. Like, they offer him weapons and to like go fight you to get out of jail, and he's just like, all right, and then you need to talk him out of it. But actually, maybe it's a high IQ move where he's like, alright, I'll help you fight, and then he just like turns to your side as soon as you can. Like, if he doesn't actually kill you and you talk to him first, he doesn't actually kill any of your units, but I do remember Raven killing my units before. So, based on the timeline, on which timeline? If he doesn't kill any units, he's C tier. If he does, he's D tier. And I think I'd put him over Heath. Pardon me. Rebecca, bottom of A tier. I like her more than I should, I think. I just am... I'm really a fan of like the just normal characters like Mozu and Rebecca and not Donald. I hate Donald, but like just the people who came out of their village like Mimi and just like started fighting with you. Like Rebecca's just a hunter for her village. Renault's D tier, and I've never really used him. He comes so late into the game, and I remember him not being that great. So, like, just in general, not just as a unit, but not a great character. Sane, I think bottom of B tier. Yeah, I don't like him as much as most people probably would. And I know in the previous video I said that I like Saul because he's a skirt chaser, but that's just because of the irony of the situation. Like, I like that Saul's a skirt chaser and also a priest of Saint Alamine. It's just really funny to me. Sarah, I'll put her... I'd like Priscilla more than Sarah. But I do like Sarah a lot, and I like Urk and Sarah, for sure. Yeah. Do I like Florina more than Urk? I'll put the last two in, and then I'll start doing that. Wallace? At least bottom of A tier. He's a really cool guy. He's really funny. I think I'd put him over Dorcas. Maybe over... I like him more than Sarah. I think... Actually, I think top of A tier. He's a really funny unit. He's just like... He's a really funny character. He just, like, wanders off in a random direction looking for fights. That idea is really funny to me. Yeah, what? Yeah. Abby is calling me. But yeah, I'm a sucker for like the meme characters, like the ones that just have one single trope that everyone can make jokes about. Like, I love Kellum more than anyone, I'm pretty sure. And I like Wallace for pretty much the same reason, just because he has a funny gag that's attached to his character. And finally, Will, I like more than... yeah, that's good for him. He's not the best archer, but he's not the worst either. I think I like Lucius more than Harkin. Okay, I'm gonna go down this list again, making adjustments basically. So I shouldn't have to make too many here. So Matthew, do I like Lynn more than Nino? I think I do. My like feelings for Nino have faded away over the years, despite that really good memory with her. I like Lynn more now. Athos, and then Eliwood. I think I like Eliwood more than Athos, but I like Athos more than Hector. Urk. I was looking at this. I was thinking maybe I might like Urk more than Hector as well, but I don't think so. And I think I like Florina more than him. And then, though that might just be me wanting Hector and Florina to be right beside each other, but still, that looks fine to me. And then, oh, that seems good. Wallace, Jafar, yeah. I think I might not like Sarah as much as I'll put her down there. She is like an annoying character. She's not as bad as Clarine, but she's still pretty bad. And I think I like uh, these characters more. But I think of all the characters that have her sort of personality, she's the best. So she's A tier. Still. I think maybe like that is good. I like Rebecca way too much, actually. But I'm gonna leave her there because that's what my gut says. And I actually like Guy more than Dorcas. And yeah, that seems good. Now, I like Dart a lot, so I like Dart more than Guy for sure. And then Oswin, that's all looking about good. I never really paid attention to Carla until Fire Emblem Heroes, but kind of made me realize that I like her near as much as Carol. And then saying over Lucius, over Harkin, and then Will, I think right beside him still. Probably just because they're in the party for longer, so I'm more attached to them the more I think about it. And then Marcus, it feels kind of wrong for him to not be in B tier when Harkin is, but I don't use Marcus in this game. It's not like if it was about him as a character as a whole in all the Fire Emblem games, then I would put him higher, but just in this game, I think he's C tier. Can't look all harder, yeah. That's all perfect. And then D tier is perfect too. So, can I move one up? Let's move Oswin up. And then that's good, yeah. Yeah, the Cavaliers in this game aren't too great for me. And yeah, everything looks good now. And I got like it's kind of bad, but I got like a really good like 8-3, 8-3, 8-3, 8-3, except for Merlinus, who's just there for a joke, honestly. I do actually really love Merlinus, but yeah. Anyway, that's my tier list. Sorry, I'm coughing. Oh shit. Alright, So that's my tier list. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and then also tell me what you want me to make tier lists out of in the comments below. And I've made an E3 tier list, and I skipped basically all the games because I didn't really care that much about this year's E3. So I decided not to even upload it because it wasn't like a full one. But anything that you suggest in the comments below that gets enough likes or whatever, or that I like personally, I will put in the effort to like make sure that I can make a half decent video out of it. These videos are really easy to make, but I'm having a lot of fun doing them, and I'm gonna keep doing them. And this channel is gonna be a tier list channel for as long as I feel like. I do have other plans other than tier lists, which are kind of fun, but this is a really easy thing to just keep my channel going and growing, and I don't know exactly where it'll get me, but I'll do it as long as I'm having fun. So thanks for watching. See ya. Oh, I forgot, I can just click minus.